Hey guys, I have a story time for you guys today. It's actually a re-recorded story time because the first one was just all over the place and way too much and it didn't make sense. So, this is in lieu of All-Star Weekend. The last time I recorded this was kind of after Kobe had passed, and I was just debating on whether or not I should do it. But it's been a story time that I wanted to make, and I wanted to do it in lieu of All-Star Weekend. So first I will start by saying rest in peace Kobe, and I hope that you like this story time. This was an event that happened basically almost now 2 years ago, but it was freaking amazing. And it's my story time on how I got tickets to all the All-Star Weekend events in Los Angeles. So I'm a person that gives a lot of backstory before I get to the point, so we're just gonna get right into it. All right, so you may be asking, how the heck did I end up at All-Star Weekend? I'm just trying to put the ticket somewhere. How the heck did I end up at All-Star Weekend? And it was pretty simple. My friend had brought it up saying we should probably go to All-Star Weekend, it would be lit. And then she found out that it was in Los Angeles, and I'm like, yo, we could kill two birds with one stone. Two birds, one stone, let's get to it. She's kind of like a procrastinator, so I'm already set and ready to go. I've been planning this, or I've been planning to buy tickets at the beginning of, or the middle or beginning of the year from before. She wasn't prepared. She didn't know where she was going to be. She also had a new job at that point. So I had invited another friend in her place. And we were planning to go to All-Star Weekend. Couple, it starts to come to, she can't go, so then the other friend comes back in. So that's the main gist of how All-Star Weekend came about. My friend just mentioned it, and then I was all gung-ho because I'm just like, it's a major event and it's in Los Angeles. Why shouldn't we do it? I believe last year was in North Carolina, and then this year it's in Chicago. I said that I probably couldn't do another All-Star Weekend unless I could afford to buy the actual tickets that I freaking found. So, I think I just kind of gave it away what happened. But anyway, let's just keep going because it's crazier than just that one piece. So I get to Los Angeles on a Thursday. My friend is not there on the same day as me. I had a free hotel night from hotels.com, and I just was like, I just want to go a day earlier. So that's what I did. And she couldn't come until Friday because due to her new job, she had to be there. I know she got out early or whatever, but she had to be at work on Thursday. So Thursday, I basically spent my day walking the mean streets of LA, seeing what was out there, going to a lot of places that Amber Scholes had recommended, like the mall. One of the places that she goes and gets her rhinestones from, I actually could not find it, so I didn't end up going there. But I did walk down, like, I guess you would call it like the fashion district of LA, and it was crazy fun. It was crazy fun. So I did that. I was basically out for almost 12 hours, just looking. I went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame just to see. I seen the Hollywood sign. I seen the like little angel wings that people were taking pictures in front of. Didn't get to take a picture in front of it only because I was by myself and I didn't want to ask any strangers, and I didn't know that it was like not in a not in an area where like a lot of people go to. So I just was like, yeah, there's no way I can ask somebody to just take a picture. So anyway, let's get to Friday. So Friday comes, I check out of my hotel, go to the Airbnb that we were booking. The Airbnb was lit for LA. We could see LA skyline from the Airbnb that we were in. Had a deck and everything, balcony and everything. So, basically, I'm just spending the day by myself. Where the first event of that day was let me actually check what it was. Was the Rising Star event. And the funny thing is, in my last video, when I show you what I found, I was so pissed because I could have been in VIP for that Rising Star event. But anyway, I ended up going. That was the day that we were supposed to be going to the Rising Star event, and I believe she texted me. I don't know if it was while she was on the plane or before she was on the plane. I'm pretty sure it was before she was on the plane that her flight had got delayed, and I'm like, yo, what? Like, are you kidding me that your flight got delayed? Because I wasn't prepared to go to this event by myself. Like, I had a whole entire outfit plan. Like, I was going to wear heels. We were going to wear heels. I had a jumpsuit and everything like that. So she's like, yeah, my plane is going to be delayed. And I'm like, yo, I was not prepared for this. Like, uh, so there's nothing I can do. Like, there's no way that I'm going to miss this event because basically, before going to All-Star Weekend, me and my friends were just gonna go there to party. I was the one who was just like, we can't just go there to party. Like, we can't be those girls that go somewhere to party. Like, for Super Bowl weekend, like if I would have went to the Super Bowl weekend of this year in Miami, it would have definitely been going there to party because I mean, I don't even know how, like, I don't even know what events go on, because I never planned to go to a Super Bowl. But there was like games for this. Like, there was pre games for this. So I was like, there's no way that we're not gonna go to at least one game. We were actually supposed to go to the celebrity like challenge or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know how, but I freaking purchased the wrong tickets. I mean, it ended up working out, but I ended up purchasing the wrong tickets, which is the reason why we were supposed to end up at the Rising Star challenge. So yeah, that event was for Friday. Okay. So she can't come, so I'm just like, yo, okay, so I gotta get it together and go on my own. So the heels that I had planned to wear were null and void because I'm one of those people that I just can't do it by myself. Like, I can't. Like, I don't know. I can get dressed up. I love getting dressed up. I love looking cute, but I don't know. Being by myself and having on heels, I don't know. That just to me would draw attention. So all right, let's get into it. So I get to the Staples Center, show them my ticket for the game or whatever, and I don't know why I don't have that ticket anymore. Ooh, look at my freaking scalp just moving. I don't know why I don't have that ticket anymore. But I cannot find that ticket. It might be in like a pocketbook or something like that. So I get there, and let me just paint you a picture. I'll give you a backstory. At this point in my life, I don't carry pocketbooks like that. Like, I'm not carrying pocketbooks. There's no need for me to have a pocketbook. I have a car. That was like my philosophy. I have a car. I don't need a pocketbook. I don't know what's going on. So I have a pocketbook, and when I'm entering the thing, I have my cell phone out because I was like videotaping myself walking into the Staples Center. So I have my cell phone out, I have the ticket out, I have my pocketbook. So my pocketbook's in one hand, and you know you have to take out anything that they need to scan through the scanner. So I have all that in my hand. So when I get to the scanner, I'm pretty sure I put the ticket back into my pocketbook, and I have my cell phone and pocketbook. So as soon as I walk in, I'm like, I'm not going straight to my seat because I'm by myself. So let me just get something. So first I go and get a slushie, and I get the slushie from the concession stand, and I have that. I'm pretty sure I have that in my arm, or have my pocketbook in my arm, because mind you, this is a pocketbook with a strap on it, and I still don't have the pocketbook going across me like a crossbody bag. I just have it in my hand. I'm pretty sure I have the slushie. I'm pretty sure I have the slushie in my hand and my cell phone because I usually even juggle that. So I'm like, all right. I see like a stand for with paraphernalia, so I'm like, let me go get me a T-shirt, just commemorate the day. So I go over there with my slushie still in hand, pocketbook in hand, everything like outside of the pocketbook. So I go over and get my T-shirt. So I have now T-shirt in hand, pocketbook probably under my arm, or something has to be under my arm, slushie, cell phone. So why do I have like it's just kind of like, why do I have all this stuff in my hand? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I see a table in the distance, and I'm like, all right, let me go get myself together. Like, I'm all discombobulated. Let me figure out my life. So I go to the table, and I see that there's like something that looks like a lanyard on the table. But let me paint you a picture. This is the table here. And then there's a lady over here with her kid. So like, she's in a close proximity to the table, but not that close, but close enough. Close enough for me to think that this is probably her lanyard or something like that. But if this is her face, her back is to the table. Her face isn't to the table, her back is to the table. So I'm just like, maybe this is hers, maybe she's talking on the phone, because I think she was talking on the phone, and she's gonna turn around and get her stuff. So anyway, I'm getting myself together. I'm putting my cell phone back in my bag. Probably anything that could fit in my bag, I'm putting in the bag, or I'm probably putting my pocketbook inside the bag that I got from buying the shirt. And I have the slushie. So crazy enough, the lady walks away from the table, doesn't turn back around and get the lanyard. So I'm like, okay, I want a lanyard just to commemorate the day. Like, literally, I think this thing is a lanyard. And when I pick it up, I'm like, oh, it's an envelope. It's not a lanyard. So what is that about? So at that point, I go to my seat and I'm chilling, watching the game, having fun. Will Smith's son performs. There was some other events. We had like these bracelets that like were flashing lights and everything like that. Very, very fun game. 10 out of 10 recommend. Amber Scholes, 10 out of 10 recommend. So just having fun, and I'm just chilling. I'm like, and then at some point I think that I realized that these tickets are actually, or this thing is actually, I'm jumping the gun, that this thing that I have is probably a little bit more serious. Like, so I don't really want people around me to see it, but at the same time, like my insides, like I'm like just antsy to open it. So I think there's like a little, if you want to call it halftime, like break or whatever. And so I'm like, I might as well open it now. Like, nobody's gonna see me. I'm like sitting in the nosebleeds or whatever. Mind you, like I said, the lanyard that was in there could have got me into VIP, and I didn't read it. I was all discombobulated when I even read those things to begin with. So I go and open it. So let me just show you what it looks like. This is it right here. I go and open this. I take it out of my bag and I go and open it. So for one, let me just show you the lanyard. This is the lanyard for the Rising Star Challenge. I go and read the back during my original video, and I gotta insert my reaction here. I gotta insert it because I was pissed. So anyway, I open this and I'm like, yo, like, okay, because I'm slow. So I'm looking at the tickets like, okay, there's names up here. So like, for example, like on this ticket, there's names or whatever. So I'm like, oh, this is the names of the people who like lost the tickets. Like I'm just looking and I'm just like, wait a minute. They're probably not the names of the people who lost their tickets. So I'm like, yo, I made off with All-Star Weekend tickets. Like literally real jaunts. Like, so what was I getting at? Oh yeah. So I'm like, yo, I found tickets to All-Star Weekend. And before we get into the story time, or like at least what happens during the trip, because not only did I get into All-Star Weekend, but there's some other crap that I got into that was like freaking crazy. So you may be thinking, why didn't I give these back? Or at least send them into Lost and Found. It was like kind of like good angel, bad angel situation going on. Like, I'm a good person. Like I feel that I am a good person. I really, really do. I'm like a good Samaritan type of person. Find something, give it back type of thing. So the good angels like go to Lost and Found, hand it in. The bad angels like don't do that. Logics kind of start working. So I'm like, if I give these tickets in, who's to say that the person that I give them to isn't gonna be like, yo, this girl handed in All-Star Weekend tickets, we out. Even if they work for the Staples Center, like if I was to hand in All-Star Weekend tickets and I was the person who was in Lost and Found that received them, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I would be like, we out. So I just was like, it's a 50-50 chance that they're going to find the person, because there's no names on these tickets, like no names of who brought them. 50-50 chance. And I'm just like, there's another 50-50 chance that they're going to use them for themselves. So I'm just like, keeping. So I'm here like with the freaking tickets, yo, the tickets. And I'm just like flabbergasted. Like I didn't even tell my friend that I had found them. I didn't tell her until like she got there or whatever. So I remember like she meets me at the let out, funny, like let out of a game, but she meets me at the let out. We kind of like lollygag, whatever, first night. Gotta get liquor, whatever. And I tell her on the way as we're walking home that I found freaking All-Star Weekend tickets. Her reaction was hilarious. Like she was like, no, you did. Like I'm like, yes, I did. And I remember I think I looked them up and I'm like, yo, I have like $15,000 in my hand. I know it was something crazy because I wish I would have took a screenshot, but those tickets for where that person was sitting, double, triple, whatever you want to call it, like I think it was like 15,000 a seat or like 14,000 for those seats that were in there. So there was two of them. So I think I had like a good like 30,000 in my hand. Like I would say 15 at the lowest because I can't really remember the pricing of when they went out, but like a good 15 to 20 to 30,000 in my hand. So I'm like we were thinking like we could flip them, but I'm like, but I'll tell you the reason why I didn't want to sell them going in. So like, yo, I tell her that I find these tickets, like they're to like every single game, every single event, because there's events in there too. So that happens basically, and it's freaking nanners. Like, we're like she calls her cousin. I'll insert that.
Not to like brag. We have tickets to every single event and VIP passes, and we're in row 4 for all the All-Star games. Look, these tickets are $1,000.
Where you get them from?
Like we have VIP passes to the commissioner party.
From who though?
We have the Saturday night party. Hold on,
From who though? Like,
let me. We got the NBA All-Star pregame hospitality. We're in row 4, Dion. We
from
got
who?
the.
Where did you get these tickets from?
Maya fucking found them.
Found them.
Maya found them.
She found them tickets.
Look, we got the NBA Legends brunch tickets right here.
She calls her I think she calls her mom the next morning, telling her like everything like that happened, and I'll probably like insert like a little bit of clip of that too. So that Friday was basically just a chill Friday. We went to, I believe we went out somewhere, but I can't remember where we went out. I think it was just like a regular schmigular club. Like we didn't do anything. Let me just check if we actually went out that Friday. Right. So let me see if there's an event that we went to that Friday. No, so we went out that Friday. I can't remember what we did or where we went. I remember I had on my pink dress for that night, but I can't really remember where we went. At the end of the day, I'm going to get into this right now. LA is definitely not one of those places where you want to go out. So I'm kind of used to getting like my way, doing what I want, kind of like, you know, being in a section and everything like that. It's about silicone, this, ambiguous, that, followers, this, that. You got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to get into something if you really want to get into something. Or you got to know that somebody firsthand. So LA partying, meh. Oh, it was a little Uzi Vert and somebody else's like party concert thing. It was fun. It was cool. I'll insert like a little video. But at the end of the day, like it wasn't all that because I didn't like, nah. So it wasn't all that, but it was cool. And like the next day we ended up finding out there was like major parties, like Kanye threw something or something like that. And this is of course stuff that we wouldn't know about because we didn't know anybody. So anyway, the next day comes. The events of that day was like an NBA newsmaker breakfast. Don't know what that meant, but we didn't go to that. That was from 9:30 to 11. And I remember that day, like I think we had hung out around LA instead of because I remember going to like a Target or whatever, getting a cupcake. We hung out. I don't know the reason why we didn't go to any of the like day events for that day, like morning events for that day, but we just didn't. I think maybe because I don't know why we didn't go to this event in particular. We could have went to that event, but we didn't. That day was the NBA All-Star practice. So the reason why we didn't go to this event here was because we only had one of these tickets. So at the end of the day, it was just kind of like, what's the point? There was also the commissioner's reception. I think that was the night event. These two were night events. So this one was Saturday night party. So these were night events. So what we ended up doing that Saturday was actually attempting to go to this game, which was one of the major games, which was the Saturday night All-Star night official. So this was like floor seats. Like if you knew where this was like fourth row floor seats, like crazy seats. So we attempted to go to that at, I guess it started at 5. So I'm assuming that we attempted to go to that at like 4 something. and we can't get in. We can't get in. Like they're like, remember us going up to the line, and they were so nice about it because, mind you, these tickets are freaking real. They're, oh, let me back up. Let me back up before I get into that. So my friend is thinking that we're gonna be that morning. My friend is thinking that we're gonna be able to get into the events, and I'm like, no, we're not. Like, I'm like, we live in a day and age where people can get their stuff back. Like, if this was back in the day, like we would have made off. We would have been well off. But I'm like, there's no way. Even though on these tickets it does say somewhere like if lost, they're basically yours. Like if somebody loses their tickets and you find them, they would basically be mine, and they were mine. And like in lieu, that means I could get into the events. But I'm like, these tickets cost way too much. They're freaking floor seats. Somebody could afford these. Somebody could afford to get their crap back. So I was just telling her, like, I don't think they were gonna get into these events, whatever. And she's like, she's more optimistic thinking that we are. I'm just a logical thinker, and I'm just like, we're not. Maybe if I would have put into the universe that we could get into these things, we would have. But I'm just like, we ain't. So the first event that we go to is this event, like I was saying, and we go there and like mad people are like looking at us because we was fly. But anyway, so we go there, and we got played. We got freaking played. Like, we get up to the line, our tickets are not scanning, and I told her, I'm like, yo, this is gonna happen. Like, I already knew that it was gonna happen. Our tickets are not scanning. Thank gosh people are being super nice because, like, legit, this ticket is real. The little stuff started to break off from the star, but you got the holographics, everything like that. You can't really see the holographic going on now, but you got everything that shows that it's a real ticket. And just like, I don't know why it's not scanning. Maybe it's our gun. So I'm just like, you know what? It's cool. We're going to try another line. No, we was not. But I was like, we're going to try another line because we got lucky with that line. There was nobody in that line. So we got really, really lucky. Like, thank gosh we didn't do this in front of other people because we would have looked crazy. So my friend was hanging around. At this point, I'm annoyed. And when I'm annoyed, I'm annoying. So, like, I'm annoyed. She wants to hang around. I'm like, nah, like, my feet are hurting. I just wore this outfit to be cute. Like, nah. Like, let's go, because everybody's going inside. So what's the point of us hanging around outside, like, looking crazy? So I finally get her to, like, walk away. Like, I'm like, we're not getting inside. So I finally get her to walk away, and we go to a hotel to get, like, an Uber back. So I don't know how long this game went on for. I think it probably went on from, like, 5 to 7 or something like that. I don't really know how long it went on for. But it didn't, I think it was like maybe like a 2 or 3 hour game, because at a certain point, the other Saturday night events started, and I don't know what time these events were, but I believe we wore the same outfit because nobody really seen us. So we wore the same outfit to. No, we don't wear the same outfit. No, because we don't. I thought that in the original story time, I thought that we wore the same outfit because I'm just like, how did all this stuff happen in one day? But a lot of stuff happened that Saturday, which is crazy. Like, flabbergastingly crazy. So like, Saturday probably was the most littest day of all. So I'll show you the outfit that me and her wore. So we were walking to go to the next event of the night, which I believe we were going to the commissioner reception because that one sounded fancy. So we changed for the night. I'm pretty sure that probably started at 7 or something like that. I feel like it wasn't any later than 7. It might have been like 7, 8. I can't remember. In the videos I have timestamps, but I didn't look at it. So basically we get dropped off to downtown, back to downtown, or back to where the Staples Center is, and we start walking to the event. And then here's where everything takes place. So me and her are walking, and honestly, I definitely have to say that when I get glammed up, I really do look cute. Like, I don't know if this is glammed up enough for this video or if it's translating how I look, but I get stopped a bit. And that's not like, no, like, ooh, like, I'm better than, no. I just get stopped. So this white guy, I love white men, so that's the only reason I say it like this. But this white guy, he touches my arm, and I'm like, yo, stranger danger. But he touches my arm or whatever, and so like I stop, and I'm like, what's, like, in my head I'm like, what's good? So, and at the end of the day, there's mad people. It's not like we're like on the street like this, like also our weekend is packed up, so we're not like just by ourselves, and it's actually still decently bright, and it's because everything is lit up, because at this point it is definitely winter time, so 7 o'clock is like blue, dark blue skies, but everything's lit up, so it looks like daytime. And that's the reason why in the last story time I was confused, because I'm like, it was daytime, but it was, I don't know what time of day it was, because I could have sworn that it was really daytime when this guy had like touched my arm. So that's just why I don't feel like it was 7 o'clock. But I don't know if in that time in February it starts to get um lighter, like, or like it's so murky about the time, like, that it's unreal. Like, I can't, because I'm like, I could have sworn it was still daytime. So I'm like, was this event at 6? Because if the event was at like 5 or 6, then that would make sense as to like whatever. But anyway, sometime, and it's like super light outside, and like he touches my arm, and I'm like, what's good? And he's like, you want to come here? And I'm like, we're me and my friend both look at each other like, why do we want to go there? Because mind you, he's pointing to a hotel, and I'm just like, we don't play that. So he's like, you want to come here? He was like, this is where all the NBA guys are gonna be. And so we're like, and I'm like, to him, and he's like, so he pulls out, okay, he pulls out, like, let's say it's like a black card like this that has like the Jumpman on it, and this is like an official card. So he's like, just come with me, and like, mind you, he's not walking us to anywhere that's like, give me 1 second. He's not walking us to anywhere like crazy. Like, there's like freaking ropes and everything like that leading into this place. So like, he's walking us over to the hotel, and we're like, yo, this is freaking crazy. Like, he even waves at some like basketball player, and he's like, hey, and the basketball player says hi to him. Like, but the basketball player is this far, we're this far back, whatever. So it wasn't like he introduced us to him. So we get inside, and we're like, yo, this is freaking crazy. So we get inside the event. The first thing we do, you know, as females, you gotta see how we look. So we beeline towards the bathroom. He goes his way, and it's just me and my friend. Somehow he ends up finding us, and he gives me a card to like get back into the hotel. The hotel was the Marriott. He gives me a card to get back into the hotel, and he's like, yeah, just use this if you want to like get in and out. And so I'm like, yo, you're cool peoples, because I thought that we were going to have to depend on you to get like in and out, and like he got us our own way. So it's lit. So the night goes on. I remember like we were sitting at a bar ordering a drink, and I remember there was like this guy sitting on the other side of the bar, like over here, like if the bar is in an L, he was sitting here, we were sitting here, and like he looked like a basketball player. But since I don't know my players, like I'm just like, I don't know. But he was sitting by himself, and that kind of is a good indication that he might have been a basketball player, because he was tall, he was handsome, you know. But, and like, I kept looking at him. I could have sworn to see him looking at me, but you know, I'm too shy for any of that, and I didn't know if he was a basketball player or not. And if he was just like, you know, a regular person to try to mind their business, I didn't want to like interrupt. So that happens. Like, we're just cooling, vibing, just taking it all in. Like, and you know that this place is a place where people have money, because like I'm telling you, there's kids, there's adults, they're at the bar. Like, I never seen kids and adults in the same like location where there's liquor. So you know that these people have money. So we're just cooling. Like, we're just cooling. The night goes on, and I can't believe how much time we spent in this one place, because like a lot of things happen in this one place. So there's a part where like, I believe like me and my friends, we meet like 2 guys, we go outside, we start talking to them, they're telling us like about all their like what they're doing there. Like, everybody who's there basically has a reason to be there. Me and my friend have no reason to be there other than that we found tickets to the events. Like, they all have reasons to be there. Like, they're either doing something for the press, they're like, they have a cousin that knows somebody else, blah blah blah. So like, we end up talking to them. My friend ends up like talking to some guy that I don't even know who he is. I end up talking to some guy I don't even know who he is. But we're cooling. I remember at some point my friend wants to go get like some wrap from the store, so she leaves with a card. I'm left by myself, and I'm sitting in the bar. I start talking up this lady. Like, me and this lady start talking. She has her sons, and this is like one of the funnier parts. So her sons end up noticing somebody like from the Toronto Raptors or whatever, whether he owns a team or does something with the teams. Like, he wasn't a player, but like he did something with the teams. And like, so I'm like, oh, so you want to meet them? Because when I got liquor in the system, I'm a little bit like more eager to like help people or do things that like, you know, tell people. So so I'm like, I can go get him and introduce you. And so like I remember I go up to him and I'm like, these little boys want to meet you. Can you come with me? Blah blah blah. Like I grab his hand and like there's like a whole entire girl with him too. And but that girl was his daughter. Like me and the daughter started talking about like how she has a YouTube channel, whatever. And like I introduced him to them like on some crazy stuff. So time passes by. I don't know what happens in between time or in the interim, but I remember being like my friend, she was somewhere. I think she comes back at this point, and like I ended up being at a different part of the hotel. Um, and I see like another basketball player, and I'm like, this one is definitely a basketball player. Like this one is definitely, but he was with he was like with the family, and I'm like, nah, I can't go up to him. And how I end up finding out or knowing that he was a basketball player is because like when he's outside, like all these girls are like screaming and oohing and ahhing, and like these girls can't get in. So it's just like hilarious. So that happens, and that night was just like pretty crazy. So like we're having, and I don't know how many hours we spend in this hotel, but we spend like quite a bit of time. And I remember like um we have to go to an event that night too, like a party, and I think we go to that party at like 11 or something like that, and the party ends up being freaking canceled. They don't tell us until we get there, but the party ends up being freaking canceled. And like we had I think we headed back to our hotel, did like a little bit of pregame, and went to the party. We either had to go at like 10 or 11 or whatever. And so we get to like this parking lot, and like there's these two guys there, and they're like, yeah, are you looking for the same party as we are, like da 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 da? And I'm like, yeah, like we are. And they were like, I think it got canceled or whatever. It's gonna like be whatever, it's not happening. So we're like, yo, like we're all the way here, and these guys were like pretty, like they were kind of older or whatever. And so they walk with us back up to the top of like the hill, because it was like, we were in a parking garage. So we walk back up, and they're like, well, we don't want to leave you out here, like we can stay with you, like if you want to get your Uber, you can come with us into our party bus. And we're just like, all right. So we go into the party bus with them. They were like, we're probably gonna head back downtown LA. And like I'm sitting here like stiff as a board. Like it wasn't that I wasn't comfortable, but I just didn't want to be like, you know, that girl, because they were in the bus with their wives and everything like that. So I'm just, you know, being just chill. My friend, I think she's like eager and ready and wants to drink. I'm like, nah, this stuff belongs to us. I ain't with the. So so we get on the party bus, and we're headed back towards downtown LA. At this point, I realized that I forgot my freaking keys in the freaking Uber, so I have to contact the Uber. That all works out. The Uber brings the keys to the place that we're staying. So anyway, toy. So basically, we're on a party bus. We're headed back down. I didn't even know how far we were from downtown, but we were pretty far. By the time we get there, we were supposed to be going to Diddy's party, and that's canceled at that. I mean, not canceled. That's over at that point. So they bring us to like a freaking another party bus. They gave us liquor and everything like that, and my feet were hurting. So so since that was over, we ended up going to a strip club, and bro, when I'm telling you, I was freaking tired. Like I was falling asleep in the strip club, and I felt bad. So I went to go tell the guy who invited us that we were going, and another guy that we were going. And I know my friend, she probably wasn't ready to go, but I'm like, yo, I'm falling asleep in the seat. Like I can't be here. So I think we end up staying out until like 5 o'clock that night. Then the next day comes, and that day was the day that we went to the NBA All-Star brunch or something like that. It was something that we ended up going to. Something. So we ended up going to that. That was pretty cool because it was like it had all the legends there, like all the legends, like Magic Johnson, like those type of legends, like the first female WNBA players were there, like crazy, and that was like so fun. I was pissed though because we got there so late, so we ended up sitting in the back. Like we ended up sitting at like makeshift tables. We got in there earlier because I think it was like a free for all. You could sit wherever you wanted. We could have been in the front near them. So the guy that that was like Stranger Danger, who invited us to the hotel the night before. He was there too. He got us into the back. Like, we weren't supposed to be there. Like, I remember like the people end up seeing us and they were like, yo, you're not supposed to be back here, whatever. So he got us into the back. I remember my friend, she got a picture with the WNBA player. I just was over it. My feet were hurting so bad that I just was like, no. So we go to that event. Then the next event of the day, I don't have the ticket for that, but it was like this open bar, like crazy madness thing. And we were dressed for that, and that was like the outfit that I was supposed to wear to like the game or whatever. But we didn't end up going to the game because I told her we weren't going to go to the game. We weren't going to try because on Saturday we couldn't get into the freaking game. So I'm like, we're not playing ourselves. We're not playing ourselves again. So, and I kind of, like, when I look back at it, I kind of wish we did attempt, because we could have been in floor seats, like Cardi B style floor seats. We could have been that girl, because that was around the time where the meme came up with the girl who had on like the yellow and blue. I'll try to insert it here. And she was looking at Stephen Curry like you know, like, and, we could have been them. We could have been in the same section as Cardi B, because Cardi B was down on the floor seats. I don't know if I could find a video of, like, I think there was a video of her. That's when she, like, was just starting to pop. And, like, yo, I kind of wish that we did try, but I just was like, yo, we got played on Saturday, so I'm not trying to try this on a major day. And we might not be in a line where people are not going to see us. But just imagine. Or we got in the seats, and the people who really own the seats were it. Like, I'm just like, nah. So we go to the next event, which was like open bar, like, and I remember like when we were there, like, oh my god, my scalp moving looks kind of crazy. I remember we were there, like the females there were looking us up and down, like, because they were like older ladies. They were looking us up and down, like, which one of our husbands got you into this? Like they were like stone cold looking us up and down. I'm just like, honey, we found tickets. We didn't say that. And it was funny because anytime we talk to people, we couldn't tell them our professions. Like, my friend could tell them her profession, but I would have to lie about mine, because at that point I was still working at IKEA. No way was I bringing that up. So we have a good time there, and like, I remember we were just drinking clear liquids because we had on like all white. It was like just so hilarious. Like, but we had fun at that event too. We didn't end up going. Like I said, we didn't end up going to the game because I'm just like, nah, like nah. And I remember some guy had told my friend that he can get us into the game. I already knew that wasn't gonna happen. And the same thing, the guy had told me that he could get us to the game. And at the end of the day, this guy red flagged because he could get us into the game for doing something strange, for some change. And I'm like, nah, B. Like, when he said, like, I was expecting you, I'm like, not for no game tickets. Like, you probably was gonna have us in the nosebleeds. Like, we're not going from a figment of floor seats, fourth row, to whatever you can get us in for doing something strange. Like, nah. So I was like, that was already out. Me and him could have kept in contact, but I'm just like, nah. So yeah, like, craziness. And I remember, like, I was thinking about selling the tickets, but like, imagine if we sold those tickets and whoever got them would have not been able to get into the games. They would have had our heads. Like, we wouldn't have been able to go back to LA, like, on some real, because, you know, people could remember. Like, even though I was wearing makeup every day, like, it's like people can remember. So, or imagine me making a story, or I wouldn't have been able to make the story. I feel like I'm gonna insert some things from my original story time, because, like, I think that one was way more hilarious. But, like, yeah, like, literally, this is like basically a story time of how I found tickets to the NBA All-Star Weekend, and like, got into some major events, like, had mad fun. Oh yeah, I gotta remember, like, that night we also went to like Future's thing, and that's when I realized that LA's not the place I want to party. Like, that's when it settled in that LA's the place that I did not want to party, because Diddy was there, and like I said, a lot of silicone ambiguous females was what they wanted. I'm brown skin, no silicone, not getting too far in LA type stuff. So yeah, so that was like the whole entire thing. But like, just imagine, my guy, finding tickets to every single game. Like, just imagine. Like, we didn't go to this event, by the way. because that was at the same time as like the open bar thing, so we didn't go to that. But imagine finding these tickets. Like, yo, if you could ever do NBA All-Star Weekend, I would definitely say do it because it is freaking lit. Like, it is lit. So yeah, that is my story time. Hopefully I wasn't boring. I feel like my first story time was a lot better, but um it was just so bad because I couldn't remember a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my social medias at my_love, MAYA_LOVE. Bye. So we didn't.
Yeah. I say bounce that shit like whoa.
So I can't even say what I want to
Yeah,
say.
bounce that shit like whoa. This is not a fairy tale. I
Zana,
know
that-
how you like it. Take you to the
This shit is like literally crazy.
believe how hard it is to be a woman.
He's not responding.
It is. It's hard.